You feel something. But what is it, exactly? Is the emotion happening in your body? In your mind? Are you feeling it because your heart is racing? Or is your heart racing because you're feeling it? Psychologists have been asking this for over a century. And they don't agree. There are multiple theories. Different explanations for how emotions actually work. And each one reveals something different about what you're experiencing when you feel. This is the psychology of emotions. And understanding the theories changes how you interpret what's happening inside you. The James-Lange theory says, you don't cry because you're sad. You're sad because you cry. This flips the common understanding. Most people think the sequence goes, something happens, you feel an emotion, your body responds. But William James and Carl Lange argued the opposite. Something happens, your body responds, you interpret that response as an emotion. You see a bear. Your heart pounds. Your muscles tense. And because your body is reacting, you interpret the feeling as fear. The emotion isn't separate from the physical response. It is the physical response. This explains why changing your physiology changes your mood. Why forcing a smile can actually make you feel happier. Why slow breathing calms anxiety. Your body isn't just expressing emotion. It's generating it. But this theory has a problem. If emotions are just bodily responses, why do different emotions feel distinct even when the physical sensations are similar? Your heart races when you're excited and when you're anxious. How does your brain know the difference? That's where the next theory comes in. The Cannon-Bard theory says, your body and your emotions respond at the same time. You see the bear. Your brain processes the threat. And simultaneously, two things happen, your body reacts and you feel fear. They're parallel. Not sequential. This theory emerged because Walter Cannon noticed that bodily responses aren't specific enough to explain emotions. Your heart rate increases in fear, anger, and excitement. So how does your brain distinguish between them? Cannon argued that the emotion is processed in the brain, specifically, the thalamus, independently of the body's response. You don't feel fear because your heart is pounding. You feel fear and your heart pounds, both triggered by the same stimulus. This makes more sense for ambiguous situations. You're sitting in a waiting room. Your heart is racing. But you're not sure why. Are you anxious? Excited? Angry? Cannon-Bard says your brain is trying to label the physiological arousal. And the label you choose becomes the emotion you feel. But there's still something missing. Because two people can experience the exact same physiological response and feel completely different emotions. Why? The Schachter-Singer theory says, emotion is a combination of physiological arousal and cognitive interpretation. You feel something in your body. But what you call it depends on the context. This is the two-factor theory. And it explains why emotions are so contextual. You're on a first date. Your heart is pounding. You interpret it as attraction. You're giving a presentation. Your heart is pounding. You interpret it as anxiety. Same physical sensation. Different emotion. Because the meaning you assign matters. Schachter and Singer tested this. They gave participants adrenaline injections without telling them what it was. Then they put them in different situations. Some were in a room with someone acting happy. They felt euphoric. Some were in a room with someone acting angry. They felt irritated. Same drug. Same physiological arousal. Different emotions because the context shaped their interpretation. This is why reframing works. If you're nervous before a performance, telling yourself, "I'm excited," can shift how you experience the sensation. The arousal is the same. The label changes everything. But this theory still assumes you're aware of what you're feeling. And that's not always true. Today, psychologists recognize that emotions are more complex than any single theory. Emotions involve your body, your brain, your past experiences, your cultural context, and your current interpretation all at once. The James-Lange theory is right, your body does influence your emotions. The Cannon-Bard theory is right, your brain processes emotions independently of bodily responses. The Schachter-Singer theory is right, context shapes how you label what you feel. None of them is complete. But together, they give you a framework. When you feel something, you can ask, what's happening in my body? What's happening in my environment? How am I interpreting this? Emotions aren't just automatic reactions. They're constructed, shaped by biology, cognition, and context. And once you understand that, you stop seeing emotions as things that happen to you. You start seeing them as processes you participate in. You can't always control what you feel, but you can influence how you interpret it. And that changes everything.